Go. Yo, haha. We're gonna do this chromatography with coffee filter chemistry demo. What you will need is a marker. Markers actually, no different colors. You're gonna need a coffee filter, of course. You're gonna need like a half full cup of water. That's what you're gonna need. Yeah. You will also need a pencil and a ruler. Yeah. Along with some tape. You will also need a plate and books. Hey, so I did the demonstration already, and I'd just like to go through what I did. First, you're gonna have to prepare the stuff. Okay, that's straightforward. Second, you're gonna have to fill the plate or bowl with water. After that, you would need to cut the coffee filter into a rectangle. Now, the measurements of the rectangle, it depends on how high your books go, and yeah, so its length should be as long as the height of the stacked books or a little less, but not too little that it wouldn't touch the water in the bowl. Got that? You'll see later. Next, alright, draw a line with a pencil on the coffee filter just a little higher than the surface of the water. If you were to suspend the coffee filter on a ruler that connects to two stacked books, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So you'll see, you'll understand when you see that. Okay, next, moving on. This is the easiest part, I think. Just draw dots of different colors on the line, as shown in the video. And don't forget to label what colors are which, because you'll be surprised when like you go back and you don't even the colors don't look the same as they were. And you can even label the brand of the markers you're using. So for me, it's Faber-Castell and Standard. Yeah. Next, tape the coffee filter rectangle onto the ruler. Suspend the ruler in the middle of the two stacked books with a part of the filter touching the water's surface, but without the water actually touching the ink of the markers. Then just give it time and observe what happens to the ink as it moves with the water. As we're waiting, let's talk about what the hell is chromatography. Chromatography is actually a technique of separating the components of a mixture according to their distinctive attraction to the mobile and stationary phase. You must be wondering, what is the mobile and what is the stationary phase? Huh? The mobile phase, in this case, is the water, and the stationary phase, in this case, is the coffee filter. The mobile phase can travel up the stationary phase because of capillary action in this case, which is the movement of a liquid through um, through a porous material. And you can search that up later. I'm not gonna go deep in it. What I am gonna go deep into is how they separate. You see, the different components of the mixture are carried a different distance up the stationary phase according to their solubility and attraction to the mobile and stationary phase. So, what is solubility for a while? What is solubility? Solubility, alright, is the extent to which the solute, in this case, the components, dissolve in the solvent, the water. Because the solubility and attraction of the different colors that make up the ink color of the marker are different, so the different dyes in the marker are different. Then they separate. Some go kind of not so long. Some go like really long. For example, the more soluble a dye is in the ink, the further the mobile phase, which is the water, will carry it up the stationary phase, the coffee filter, and vice versa. The less soluble, less further it will go. The last step is to mark the solvent front, which is where the solvent stopped traveling. After it is done, we can now calculate the retention factor value, the RF value, to be short, which is the distance traveled by a given component divided by the distance traveled by the solvent. You see, the retention factor value does not get more than 1. It's either from 0 to 1. That's it. The value of 1 would mean that that is like really soluble in the solvent. And a smaller value of RF would mean it will be less soluble in that solvent. So yeah, we'll calculate that. So here are the results of the demo. Just pause the video if you want to take a closer look at it. And that's the video. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something from this today.